Moilet.
3, 2, 1.
All right, welcome back to Server Restart In. It's your weekly World of Warcraft podcast where three opinionated players get together to discuss their thoughts about the current state of the game. My name is Jim, joined by Brian.
Hi.
And Kristen.
Hello!
Yay, we're back again.
Yay.
Yay.
Another week.
Another week.
Yay.
Another week.
And you were trying to think of something, like another day, another dollar.
Yeah.
Another week, another...
Week.
You're a dollar short.
A dollar a week short, a dollar short. What?
It's a day late, a dollar short.
That's it.
Is that saying?
Yeah.
But that's okay.
That's fine.
We don't care about that.
So, there's spoilers? What spoilers are there?
First. Let's go through some stuff that's in the live game, okay?
Oh, I like the spoilers.
So, with a hot fix that came out on the 16th, they added a new item into the game. So currently there's an item in Oribos by the Flight Master at the top ring of Fates, I think is, or I don't know what it's specifically called, that you can buy.
The one where all the flight points,
Yes.
where the Flight Master is. Okay.
Yes, and you can buy it for 500 gold, and once you've hit, it becomes available once you've hit Renown 80 on one character and all that stuff.
So never for me.
But what it allows you to do is it gives you an instant, it takes your character up to 40 Renown instantly.
But if you're at 80.
It's for alts.
Oh.
It's not for you. It's for your alts.
Should be for me to get me to 80.
Yes. It doesn't. You can't buy two of them and get to 80.
Did I hit 60?
I think you were in the 70s. I don't
Oh.
remember.
Okay.
It's been a while.
It has.
But anyway, he sells another item now called the Incense of Infinity. And this thing, I know, just, you sound like that gasp, so just shock.
That was me yawning, but okay.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to spice it up, but,
Okay.
Heaven,
I thought your ears were failing you.
heaven fucking forbid I try to make things entertaining for people.
I'm entertained. Keep going.
Get a little bit of suspense on here. Anyway,
keep going.
what it does is it allows your character, you take it to the Forge of Bonds where you do all your conduit stuff. You use it there, and it teaches you all of the conduits and increases them up to level 200. Just boom, just like that.
So then you have to go do raids and stuff to get them leveled up even further.
Korthia, you can get the items in Korthia to upgrade them and stuff like that. But that's huge because now you don't have to go farm for all of like the ones because some of them only drop from the first raid, and who wants to go sit through fucking LFR and
Not me.
Can't solo it yet?
What? No,
We
you can't
solo it?
solo it yet, Brian.
Wah, wah, wah.
Now we're all sad. We can't solo the raid. I'm not sad.
It's a good raid. Sanctum? No,
So is this something that just came out today, or was it already like planned? and
yesterday.
stuff?
I don't know. It came out with a patch, or I'm sorry, a hot fix. And I don't know.
They had to hotfix that. Like they couldn't.
Did they fix the inability to be able to sell the multiple conduits that you get from
Seriously, right?
I don't think they did that.
Like, why would they not make those sellable?
I don't know.
Oh,
I thought they already.
Yeah.
I thought they did that, but I could be wrong.
no,
I
because
could be off. I don't know.
I don't think so. Because I'm pretty sure the last time I played, I got
I mean,
dupes and I couldn't do anything with them.
that was like 6 months ago.
Delete it. That is a good point. It wasn't that long ago, but it is a.
I think I left
Fair
mine in my
point.
bag just for the sake of actually being pissed off about it until they come out with something to sell it with.
Yeah.
Because I refuse to type in delete. 3 times.
That's like
I type
wait,
it
you don't have to.
and then I copy it and then paste it each subsequent time.
Okay, is it
That's how
only
lazy I
only
am.
purple conduits then? Because usually you don't have to do that for green.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember. I just know that I have a bunch extra like that, and you have to click and then type, do the delete thing to actually get rid of them. You just can't sell them for 1 copper. So
Or 100 copper.
or squeeze the anima out of it into your bank and throw it away.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, it gives you like 5
Considering
anima.
I spent all of my anima on that stupid eagle soul shape, thinking it would be able to fly, and it cannot. I'm so pissed about that. I don't play, so I don't have any anima. So that literally took up all the anima I had been
I never
hoarding.
had any anima when I played. So.
It took off all the anima I'd been hoarding.
I mean, if you think about it, you can only stay in soul shapes for an indefinite amount of time if you're in a rested area, which is usually indoors, and you can't mount there.
You can in Orgrimmar.
Usually.
You can go to Orgrimmar,
right?
And do that, and you are not indoors.
But it's
or Dalaran.
Soul shape is pretty much just a configurable spirit wolf that shamans have. So I mean, spirit wolves can't fly. So
I mean, but it's an eagle, not a spirit wolf. It's a spirit eagle. It should be able to fly. Don't clip my wings, Blizzard.
Oh,
Come
God.
on now. Let me fly in eagle form.
Fly like an eagle.
That's right.
I was just thinking that.
That's right. Don't copyright strike.
I feel like we fucking made that joke already.
Maybe. That's entirely possible.
I mean, we could have done it on a previous
yeah.
podcast. I don't remember. We could have just done it.
I do remember bitching about it before because that's what I do.
Yeah, but that could have been at raid night too.
It's true. That's true. That is very true.
I'm really surprised that balls on me hasn't come back around as a thing for us.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was because nobody's doing
Yeah,
we're not
that's
doing
true.
Mythic Pluses anymore. That was a Mythic Plus thing.
Yeah.
Because that was right, and
Yeah.
that was the special one, and I don't think that's the affix anymore.
Oh, that's right.
I think that was season
Yeah,
1.
That's right. I remember that affix. Yeah. Balls on me.
The better times.
Prideful, is that what it was? Because wasn't that the title of the podcast?
Prideful balls on me.
Prideful. Yeah.
Maybe.
That could have been.
That's
I don't know.
fun.
That was fun. I enjoyed when we were doing Mythic Plus. It was.
It's funny. I don't know why. Like the past, when I've had time and breaks on work, and I look up news, or like I was telling Jim a few days ago, I was watching Tally's
Oh yeah.
little thing, and it's really like getting me into gear. But then I get like super nostalgic just of the beginning of Shadowlands, and
Because we had fun.
I don't. It's so weird
It's
because
'cause-
I don't think I've ever experienced an expansion like in this way, like
Really?
where it's like where the front side of it's so memorable,
WAD.
and then
Did you play in WAD?
it wasn't like that for me though. Like
Oh, really?
I did. Yeah, WoD didn't like kick in for me very much at all. Like
That's because you
You know,
weren't playing
it
with
was-
us that much. I don't think at that point.
No, because it
Yeah,
was basically you and me who were logging in. Like,
yeah,
that
probably
was
not.
it.
I don't know. I just remember being like, the story was so detached for me personally that I just didn't care
Yeah.
nowhere near as much. And that was coming off of Mists at that point, so
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
that was a tough sell, unfortunately.
WoD wasn't bad. The questing was where I think where it really picked up. Like the story quest, like
Yeah.
I remember people
Well-
praising the crap out of that. But then after
Even-
that, once you were done that, you had selfie cams.
Well, even the world quests and stuff like,
Yeah.
or the world bosses that would randomly spawn, and everybody would get into like the LFG to try to get
Yeah.
there and do it. Totally awesome, but
I
It just kind of fell off, and I didn't really care too much about it looking back.
I probably have an unpopular opinion, but I miss garrisons and the self-sufficiency that you could have from them. Getting all of your herbs, getting all of your ore, getting all of your leather. I liked that because I didn't have to rely on anybody. I could just do everything on my own.
I missed the front side of it again.
Yeah.
Because Garrison was one of those things I was looking forward to quite a bit.
Yeah.
And then I remember towards the end, or at least towards the end of me playing in WoD for the most part, I was jumping into LFG groups for Primal something where you
the Primal
ran
Spirit.
around you ran around the canyon with a group.
Yeah.
Up in Gorgon, is that what it is? That sounds like a Zelda reference,
Gorgon, yeah.
You would run around in that pit, that quarry, and kill a bunch of stuff and farm those BOP material.
Yeah, the primal spirits.
Yep, and that's kind of where I was just like, yeah, because I was logging in, mining my stuff every day in the garrison, all kinds of stuff. I had the fishing stuff maxed out. I think I had the pet stuff maxed out. Maybe not the herbalism and all that, but tons of fun. I loved it. It just kind of fell off for me. It just, again, it was nowhere near as nostalgic as even like this is. And I don't know why. Like, I think I really wanted Shadowlands to be like super amazing, and it felt that way at first, but then it teetered off for me.
It definitely did die out pretty quick.
Pretty quick, yeah. That was the frustrating thing. Like, so the frustrating thing is, at first I thought, well, maybe it's just me, right? Maybe I'm getting older now and I don't have the time to commit to MMOs, and maybe this isn't the genre that I should be playing anymore. Maybe it's just me. Maybe that's why I'm not enjoying it, right? But then I started playing Final Fantasy again, and I was like, oh no, because I am like playing this, like, no lie, Sunday I played it for 14 hours. Yeah. I got up at 7 o'clock in the morning, might have even been 6 o'clock in the morning, and I played it till 9 o'clock at night. I mean, that was all I did on Sunday. Sunday? Was it Sunday?
Got me.
We didn't raid, so I just kept playing Final Fantasy. And I played it for like 14 hours, So I'm like, well, and I don't mind grinding or like gathering, because it feels like the game feels, crafting feels engaging, right? Because you're actually doing stuff in it, right? So I know, not to go back to like Final Fantasy, I'm just my point was, it wasn't that genre that killed it for me. It was it was the game itself. You know what I mean?
And apparently that's like a lot of people right now. Like I read it and I hear it on all these podcasts and streams and stuff. Like it all seems to be about the same type of sentiment towards it right now.
Well, because it feels very predatory almost. You know what I mean? Like, they are making the game so heavily RNG to keep you playing for longer. Whereas, and again, I'm sorry, I'm going back to Final Fantasy, where the producer of Final Fantasy says, don't play this game like it's a job. If you have fun logging in, playing the patch, and then you unsub and log out and don't come back until the next patch, do that. Don't treat this game like a job. Treat it like a game. It's designed to have fun. You play it how you have fun. And WoW should be played that way too. Instead of, all WoW does is try to keep you. They've done it with, removing things, and they've done it with the RNG and stuff and farming your conduits and having to farm all of your gear and everything.
Now,
they do it to keep you on that treadmill, to keep you playing and keep you subbing every month. Instead of just making a fun game that you come back to, you jump around in and out, they've burned people out from that.
That is... Can you still get the car in Final Fantasy?
The one that I got?
The one from Final Fantasy 15.
not right now,
Okay.
but they've already done the thing twice. Like they've
Okay.
brought it back because they knew it was
Now,
popular.
I
So they
think
do bring that stuff back.
Did you say card or
Car.
car?
The Final
Car, it's a mount.
it's the
the
car
Dude Bro
from
Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy 15 car. They had a crossover like they did with Final Fantasy 13 where you can get that gear and you can go online and buy that in the MOG store, and every once in a while they have the event come back up. So they do that where, you know, like, and I'm really grateful they did because I really wanted that car really badly, and now I never drive it.
Oh wow, interesting.
What?
I think.
Yeah,
so.
no, I googled it. Yeah, I googled it.
Oh, the car.
I
Yeah.
think that
Yeah.
that's not so much a problem with the game as it is with the players of the game. That's WoW's community. You could be fine playing and then unsubbing and then coming back and playing when there's new stuff. I mean, that would be fine, but people don't feel that they can do that. And I don't think that
Well, that's because Blizzard removes stuff.
not as much stuff as you think.
Mage Tower.
Okay, that was
Cloak.
out for
The Prince, whatchamacallit, what's his face? Rathian questline. I mean, they remove all kinds of stuff. Like,
yeah, but
and
that's not necessarily stuff that you're going to come back and want to do.
But
necessarily.
But it's content you could have done if you wanted to go back and do the Rathian quest line and get that cloak for completionist. You know, they removed it, and it's the same. They do it with a lot of stuff, and it's frustrating.
I don't have a problem with them taking stuff out.
Yeah,
I don't
because you
think-
play all the time.
I don't get everything all the time. I didn't get the werebear mount when it was out, and it's gone. And oh well, you know, I can get a version of it now, maybe
Good
if
luck
I
with it.
tried.
Yeah,
But
I don't care.
But I mean, it's just like, you know, I don't know. I don't feel like, I think that that's, people feel like they have to do that. And that's, you know, maybe Blizzard is not doing anything to discourage that.
They're not.
But I don't think that it's predatory. I think that's just the way people are that play this game. And that's more so the people that play the game and not the game itself.
I think they prey on that, though. They know who their people are. I mean, they've been making these games for how long? They know who their people are.
They make the game for people to play. And if that's how they play, that's how they play. Obviously, you want your game to do well. It's still a fucking business. I mean, once you get past the point when, this isn't a game that you can buy and ship and then it sells and then you make a sequel to it or something like that later. This is a continual thing, and so they want people to play because that's where they get a lot of money that way. And I mean, but I don't think that there's anything in this game that is so like that's such like a trap to keep you playing, to keep you wanting to playing. It's like I play it because I like to play it, not because I feel like there's something I have to do all this stuff to do it. Like, obviously, if I did, I would be in in a raiding guild or whatever to do all that stuff, or be doing PvP all the time and all that stuff. But that's not what I like for the game. So I don't think that's a majority of people.
I mean, I don't know, but that's all the majority of people I see on Twitch doing.
Because that's fucking a good fucking cross section of WoW players.
But that's the things that
not-
people watch.
People watching something for entertainment is different than playing something for entertainment, right? It's it's like you don't watch other people play because you want to play the game. You're watching the person, not necessarily what they're playing, because people will follow these people around to whatever they fucking play, for the most part.
Some of them. Some people just leave when they go to different games. I watch people that I don't watch. Like, I watch them for a specific game. And when they go play something else, I'm like, nope, I'm out. I don't want to. I'm watching you for this specific game.
And that's fine, but that's not necessarily, you still watch people that do Genshin stuff, right?
Yeah, and when they stop doing Genshin stuff, I leave.
But what I'm saying, though, is that that's not driving you to keep playing the game. Because you definitely do not play it as much as you used to.
Oh, definitely not. No,
So,
well, that was because I got frustrated because it's a gacha game, and I got frustrated with how much money I was spending in that game.
But you still watch people play it.
Yeah,
so,
but not
that's
as
not...
much as I did before. It's definitely tapered off. I used to watch every day. Now it's every once in a while. Yeah,
I don't think that's a good correlation, and I don't think Twitch is a good indicator
maybe
of
not,
anything.
but it definitely shows that people are interested in that. I don't know, but that's fine. You don't have to agree with me. That's just my perception of what I think is kind of wrong with the game. The game feels predatory to me now with their cash shop, and
I think the worst part really is right now, at least in my opinion, is every recipe that they have to build out features for the game are just barely changed old recipes, right?
Yeah. Right.
And they're not as tasty as they could be.
They're not.
All right. So everybody, I want to welcome you to a new segment called Recipe Corner from the cookbooks of Server Restart In.
Oh God.
We're going to
God.
bake a new feature today.
No.
And I think
there's a huge sticker on the front of the cookbook that says no gating.
It says not fit for human consumption.
Wow.
No, I was thinking about it. So you guys were talking about garrisons.
Yeah.
Right? And talking about how you log in, you had stuff to do, it was kind of like a little house almost, right? It was like
Well, no.
No, but you had chores, right? You logged in, you did them, but it was worthwhile because you got good stuff. What if they took that concept of the garrison and instead of making it an individual, morph that up into like a guild hall type thing with like a housing element to it?
No. Nope. Yep. Okay. Oh, hold on a second. Okay.
Brian's like, well, let me go.
Your two orgasmic words were guild hall and housing.
Yes, housing.
Yeah.
Yes.
You had me sold there.
Housing.
I mean, even again, like if it was just guild halls, something we could
right. But here's what I mean, right? So you do all that and then take some stuff like you did from the Broken Shore, right? You had the couple of things that you could put resources into, and when it hit a certain part, they activated, right? And you have that be a function of the guild hall, where you had,
so like guild buffs,
or like like you got as a guild, you could like, okay, we're gonna work on a refinery, and we're gonna get a bunch of ingots out of it for blacksmithing, and do like stuff like that. You could choose a couple of avenues to go down. Like maybe there's like 5 or 6 things you could do, and you could have 3 up at a time. And as a guild, you decide what you want to work on to get active, and it's like active for a week. And while that goes up, then you can start putting stuff in another one. You know what I mean? But also put like an element of like everybody gets like a little room in there, so you don't have a whole house, but you have like a decent sized room or something like that in a guild hall type thing. And do another thing too, like with the table, the action table or the adventure table in Shadowlands, where you guys could build a small garrison and have people go out and do missions. But everybody has to like kind of contribute stuff like, we need some ore for weapons and we need some food for buffs and stuff like that. And then you could have them go out and they could get like special items or special things to like decorate the area with or something like that. Nothing that's really impactful to like necessarily give you an edge in rating or give you an edge in PvP or give you what I mean, or Mythic Plus, but something that's just completely centered around, either just getting materials in a fashion that's not like game breaking, and then like cosmetic stuff where you can use to decorate your room, or you can use to, decide how you're going to architecture your hall or what kind of like tapestries you put up or something like that. Something like that I think would be fun, because then you could add new elements, like right now it's the Wintervale Feast or something like that. Like you'd have decorations there too. Excuse me. You know, to like stuff like that. You know, I think that would be an interesting feature to add to a game that's not based around endgame at all. You know, sure, maybe there's some like unique items or something like that that you could get from some stuff, but for the most part, just make it something that anybody in the guild can contribute to. You know, it's like kind of bringing back the guild leveling stuff. You know, but
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Oh, that's funny. Holy cow.
but not,
oh my gosh.
but not in such a way that it's shitty.
Yeah.
You know, and just like if you had something like that, you know, it would be, I think, engaging for people. And I think that you could have communities that just revolve around that and make it so that you can invite people to it like you could a garrison and all that stuff, but make it so that it's not, go back to what they had for fucking, and this is a throwback, Wildstar.
Oh God.
Where you could you could have it open so people could come and visit, you know, and they don't have to be invited or in a party or something like that. You could make it like a little instance city that, you know, make it have like, you know, a limit, and, you know, if maybe not a huge limit or maybe a really large limit, but, you know, so that you could have people in and all that stuff and have events and stuff like that. Imagine, you know, imagine if you could have it set up and have a red wedding.
Oh God.
Invite over an opposing guild and be like, "No, come over. It'll be fun. We'll bury the hatchet or whatever in your back." And then,
oh my God.
I mean, but that would be cool. I mean, maybe not killing people. I mean, okay, that's obviously that's not going to happen. You're not going to be able to invite people in and then flag PvP and kill everybody. Although that would be kind of fun.
No, it wouldn't. That might be fun for you, but
But again, that doesn't have to be a thing. But I mean, just I think I don't know. I think that's something that would, and it would bring other people back, people that aren't as focused on end game, and people that, you know, don't necessarily. I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know. And then a pinch of salt and a little bit of baking powder, and you're good to go.
Good to go.
Make it sound like a recipe.
Good to go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I just don't like the PvP part.
The PvP part was a joke.
Oh.
That wasn't necessarily intended to be true.
Oh, okay.
Or to be, because you're not going to be able to make something like that happen, right? I mean, because then nobody would go visit anybody else's guild hall type thing,
Right.
you know. But I mean, if you think about it, if the guild hall was like a covenant hall as like the main thing, and then you had like a little area outside of it for like other stuff, I don't know.
Just make WoW free for all.
No. Just make it. Just give us housing. I
That'd
don't know
be
why
nice.
they don't give us housing. Let us.
At this point, I really don't even know how it would work, but it would be nice to have, kind of.
I mean, there's plenty of games
Give
that
us
have
housing.
housing.
But don't use any other game system where they fucking have it so that you have to buy it and pay rent.
Oh.
Because Ion did that, and then fucking, I don't know if Wildstar did that, but I know Final Fantasy does
No.
that.
Wildstar didn't do that. You just had it. You just got it. You just got
'Cause,
your
like,
own plot.
Because Final Fantasy, I think, does it, right? You have to pay rent.
No, you don't pay rent. You buy it.
Right.
But you have to log in.
I watched,
Enough.
is it Pike? He used to play WoW, now he was playing Final Fantasy, and then he made a video about it, about how they had a bunch of people sitting there watching the board.
From our raid group?
Pike?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, then I don't know
No.
who you're talking about. Who's Pike?
It was, he played, his character was like the little gnome with the pink pigtails, and now he made
Is he a
Lalafell.
YouTube person?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't know who it is, but okay.
You've watched the video,
Probably.
but I think it was Pike was his name, but anyway, I don't know. It was, yeah. That kind of system is shit. Just make it so that everybody can get it, and just build the infrastructure to support it, so that way you don't have a Final Fantasy 14 server queue issue type thing. You know, just plan it out ahead to have the hardware and all that stuff, and then just go from there.
You don't have to worry about the server queue with the housing.
I'm just saying, have adequate hardware to support it.
The problem with Final Fantasy is there's a finite amount of houses.
No, I mean, I'm talking about the latest expansion release and their inability to have everybody play because their servers are at capacity.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying, if they do something like this, have the hardware in place to support multiple instances of that, because you're going to have a lot more people playing. Right. And you're going to, at least in the beginning, and a lot of people are going to do housing, because a lot of people have wanted that for a long time.
I don't remember the queues being too bad on launch for Shadowlands, were they? I don't remember.
I think the first night they were bad on Area 51.
52. Yes, that was because a bunch of streamers went there.
God
right?
damn it, I got it wrong.
Bunch of Mythic.
Jim, where were you playing at? My goodness.
Fuck.
A bunch of Mythic Plus guilds, I think, went over to Area 52.
Yeah, no. So, and I think that one had the worst ones. I don't think it was more than a couple hours
right, because,
at the very beginning.
Because What's-His-Face came over and played on our servers because he couldn't level over on his... Yeah.
But... Yeah, it was. So as long as you plan for that, because they have to know something like that. They need something big like that to revitalize this game.
They really do. And it really doesn't need to be aligned with an expansion either. Something that is going to be left behind because they just can't keep up with that level of persistence. It needs to exist, across the board.
I wish they would stop just making it an expansion feature and make it something that is,
Odds are something like that would be introduced with an X-Pack launch, only because of the amount of time it would take to develop it.
Sure.
And test it in-house and all that stuff before they got to it, But that would be a huge fucking selling point for an expansion. It's like, this is the expansion. We're finally introducing housing and all that stuff, and it's gonna persist,
As long as they don't do it like Cataclysm and they sell it like the primary feature, and then it turns out that that literally was like 60% of the game.
What was that for Cataclysm?
Revamping the whole world.
Yeah,
that's
right.
Yeah.
The problem that I have with housing is we would be so excited for it, and it would be a case of, and this is why it always cracks me up that you think you do but you don't, right, want it. Because most of the time that ends up being the case because they screw it up so bad that it's like, we wanted it, but we wanted
that's
it
the thing, though, is
right
they just
way,
can't,
and they
can't take what's already been done in history successfully and just use that. They won't do it. They never do it.
Yeah.
Right? They did it once, right? When they made WoW.
They made WoW, exactly.
And
that's
then
why
they
it
never
was
did
so
it again.
popular. Yeah.
You know, so that's the thing, is that just take the damn feature that sits in other places that people actually want
and implement it
in the WoW flavor, and don't change a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
That's it. Simple as that.
Yeah. You don't need your
question mark.
Right?
Profit.
Yeah. Yeah. Who cares if people say you're stealing from another MMO? Every MMO does it.
The best ideas are stolen, though.
Yes.
They always are.
Lean into it. Come on now. That's why I wish other games would steal WoW's transmog system, because it's just fantastic. I think they did a good job with that. The one thing I think they did a good job with. And I don't know where they stole that one from, but they did a good job with it. Well, how it is now, not when it first launched. When it first launched, it was terrible.
Well, how about those spoilers for 9.2?
Oh, wait. What are the spoilers for? I don't know them.
So, I'm assuming that...
I tried to post a picture in chat earlier, and I messed up. Yeah,
why? What
because
was it?
So
I was trying to
Was
hide
it a
the
nudie picture?
you got to use the spoiler
No,
tag.
well,
Oh, you needed to use.
I did, but the text is the only thing that did it.
Oh, well, does it have to
Was
do with
that
the
the-
Anduin fight?
Oh fuck.
No, no, but I did see that earlier too, actually.
I saw that there was something with the Anduin fight, like after phase 1, a a character shows up, a different person shows up, and I'm assuming it's Arthas because it just seems like that would really track for the whole fucking thing with.
Oh yeah, I don't know
Anduin.
about that part.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know.
So this really isn't a spoiler. I'm just gonna send it. I don't know if this will work or not, but
Okay.
Does it have to do with
Well,
forging
whatever.
the crown?
No. So.
is it blurred out? It's not
No.
blurred out, is it?
No,
Okay.
I don't know
That's
what
weird.
it
I
is
don't-
though.
It's the back of the new Arbiter.
Okay, but didn't we already figure out we know who it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually shared a model or data mined a model
Yeah.
of
And
what
so
he
you
looks
showed us
like.
his ass.
Or is he? It's a he.
Pelicos?
Pelagos.
Is he or she?
It's a he.
He. Okay.
Yeah.
So
He had
yeah,
blue
well,
hair.
well, he's the one that wasn't he a she first, and now is a he?
I don't know.
I thought
I
that
have
was
no
that
idea
character.
actually.
I don't
I thought
remember.
I thought that was the character that was that that had that transition.
Okay.
Whatever it
I
may
have
be,
no
anyways.
idea. Yeah, that's
Yeah, it's funny because the character model for the Arbiter actually looks pretty cool, but I've already lost it here.
oh no.
Are you talking about for the new one or for the original one? I
No,
guess
no,
the-
this is him as the Arbiter. Dadgummit, can I not? Here we go. Oh, so many clicks to get places. Oh my gosh, Discord 8 megabytes. Well, whatever. You can find it on Wildhead, but
All right.
it's
wow.
it's let's see, I could probably screenshot it here. That'd be easier. And it's lighter. Okay. Yeah. No, he looks pretty cool actually. I mean, instead of a fake ass robot looking thing like the original Arbiter was, or the makeshift Arbiter, right?
Right.
He actually looks pretty legit.
He's not blue anymore.
Yeah, I know. I think they gave him the things that he needed to not be a sucky ass wiener anymore.
So the question is he's got a crown on it, and there's talks about reforging the crown, and or the helm. So I think that was one of like the titles. Yeah, reforging the helm. So I'm wondering if they reforged.
Did we need a spoiler alert because it was like huge major spoilers going on there.
What? What we were talking about?
Yeah, that's the crown they're talking about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you want to need to know, Jim. I'm sorry, I didn't
Oh,
mean to.
I don't really. I'm so done, Karen. I'll forget about it. Maybe. Probably
You
not
done,
though.
Karen?
I don't usually.
You're not a done Karen, Karen.
No.
You're not a done Karen, okay? But no, I mean it's like even this stuff is like the more that I see, it's super lore heavy. And I'm getting excited about it. That's all.
Well, that's good. I
even-
like it when it's lore heavy.
Well, that's what there's a lot that they're tying up, and I think whether people like it or not, or they even want to read about it at this point, they are tying up every single loose end, that we have actually talked about.
In Shadowlands, or even before.
The arcs and all, like Sylvanas arcs and everything, all coming to really a close here. So it's interesting, and not because like those are a thing and we should all know about it and get excited, but it kind of makes you wonder really and truly what's next. There's even spoilers out around the final fight. And
Against the
pieces. The final fight, Jim. How much do you actually want me to say? I'm just going to say the final fight. I don't want to tell you what it is. I'm not trying to spoil it for you. Okay? I'm not a Karen either. I care.
Okay. Okay, keep caring. Anyway, final
Okay.
fight.
But yes, and it reaches back into a previous expansion. It's very like as soon as I read into it, I don't know. It was just one of those things that tells me that this is it. All these things, and now it's scary too, right? Because it's kind of like the whole Sargeras timeline or storyline rather. Once you tie that up, you know.
Yeah, that was it for the Burning Legion. I mean, there's no more Burning Legion.
Well, yeah. That's like one of the biggest storylines of the game. What do we do then? You know, but even this kind of like taps into that storyline. Like, whoa, holy shit! You know,
I'm sure it does through the Nathrezim because they were.
So, yeah, I mean, so there's I don't know. I think it's gonna be fun to at least experience the story, but.
And then wait like 12 months for the next thing to come out.
I know that there's going to be a raid-based progression in the lore, which is what it is. I guess we just watch, whoever
or do LFR.
Yeah, I just know that there's one of those pieces to it. Now, the whole aftermath of it all, there's nothing out there around that so far that I've seen, but yeah, everything up to that point suggests that, like, oh my god, where are we going at this point? So yeah, that's all. That's the best I could do without giving it away. It's just stuff like this. It's stuff like this that's like, okay, well, whatever. Maybe people liked Pelagos and all that stuff. I thought it was like a weird wiener character that was just...
I don't remember because I didn't do much Bastion stuff, so...
Yeah. Well... I think in this case, whatever. I think that Sylvanas would have been better.
Yeah, but then they would have gotten fucking trouble for that.
Yeah, they're gonna get flamed for anything though. You know, like
yeah. I guess you're right. They can't fucking win right now.
Yeah,
they should have made Garrosh with his floppy jaws.
Should have been the Arbiter.
Should have been the Arbiter.
So I'm the Sorting Hat now.
Where's Thrall? Where's Thrall? That coward. Wow.
As we leave the Shadowlands through Oribos, the Arbiter Arbiter Garrosh shows up and he goes, "I'll be seeing you when you come back."
Oh my god.
Coward. God.
Oh my god.
No, I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited because I'm ready for the lull to be done. I'm ready to hear what's next in the future, and I'm ready to wrap up the boring ass Zoval Transformer. I want his armor, but I don't want a story anymore.
So when they haven't even announced another expansion, right? Like, are we like, would they announce it next year?
They said
it would have been at BlizzCon. I mean, time-wise,
right.
It would have been at the BlizzCon, so hopefully early next year.
The last BlizzCon they had, they said that they had several other, like, big, like, plot point stuff planned out, right? Like, because they said that they planned these things a little bit in advance, a couple of expansions in advance, like what, the next couple of expansions are going to, like, focus on story-wise. Mm-hmm. So I think they already have an idea of how they're going to get to the next expansion. I think there's probably going to... I don't think they're going to get rid of anything. I can't imagine that they're going to shut this game down.
Get rid of something? What do you mean?
The game. Get rid of the game. Like, there's going to be more coming.
Yeah, that is not what I was implying, if that's what you...
I wasn't... Yeah. I didn't think that either. I just was trying to figure out, like...
Well, I'm just going to shut up then.
About the next expansion.
I'm saying,
it just felt like it was...
Usually there is some seeds that are sown, and we can kind of get really good guesstimates, and then professional guesstimators get out there and start getting it right ahead of time, right?
Well, and they're talking about the patches, right, and how they're potentially not going to be a 9.3, so this is going to be 9.2, and that's going to be the last one or whatever, or I don't know.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, everything in here feels like it's probably going to be the last one, unless there's some kind of transitional period. But again, like, my point was just to be clear. My point was just like we are tying loose ends on a lot of story arcs. It seems like that will not leave many current stories open for discovery in the future. Right. Without just glossing over it like they do a lot of things, or barely dipping into the stories.
I mean,
as
where
far
do
as the
you
deep
go
story is concerned.
after death?
Exactly. That's why
Yeah.
my deepest hope really is that we just kind of bring it back down to earth.
Yeah.
So to speak. You know what I mean?
Maybe we all get sent back to. I just whacked my foot. Maybe
the future?
Maybe we all just get sent back to Azeroth, but we're all back as level 1s.
Didn't we talk about that? Didn't we have a thing like maybe we go back and
if
nobody
they
knows
do
who
the
we
time
are?
if they do the timeline thing, I'm gonna be pissed. I don't.
Yeah.
That's a huge theory going around.
Oh,
I think
is
we
it
even talked about
really?
it quite a bit.
Wait, what?
Yeah, where you go in, you went into the Shadowlands, you come back out, and then like it's been hardly no time at all on that side. Like we went and saved the world, or the entire universe,
and
or something,
like 5
and then we come
seconds
back out.
passed?
Yeah, so because remember that was the suggestive based on what they were talking
When
about.
Jane is like it's been weeks or whatever. But again,
Yep.
though, too, that could be a torture technique in the Maw.
Oh, and the
too.
Maw.
Right,
I thought that
right.
was just a Maw thing. Because, time, that's one of the, one of
Ma,
those things.
Ma
where,
or Grandpa, I'm not sure.
Maw, Paw, Grandpa.
But no, it's true. Like I don't know. I mean, I think it creates more opportunity, from the theoretical perspective of where we might go next, and I like that. I actually am kind of stoked. I really do hope most of this was planned out and not have it. I hope they didn't have to cut back timeline wise or stuff like that in order to make this happen. I hope this was all really truly planned out and it's just working as planned.
I think that they probably plan what their major story beats are going to be, right? But in cases like Denathrius or cases like Bwansamdi, you find these characters like, they came out and said, we were supposed to kill Denathrius. He was supposed to be dead. But because everybody liked that character so much, they changed it. So there was some story elements there, right? And they wove it into the Nathrezim quest and all this stuff. So it's like they probably aren't planning story in any great detail that far in advance.
Right. They probably just have, like you were saying, plot points that, they want to hit probably, but...
Like, I would assume that the Sylvanas stuff has been planned, what they were going to do, maybe not exactly how they were going to do it. That, fighting Zoval at the end and all that stuff, like the Anduin stuff was probably planned, but like, obviously the Denathrius thing, I don't know how that's going to play out because they took Remora, the sword, they stole it. The Nathrezim stole it back when we went through all that stuff and then captured it.
Actually, no, I have it. It's a toy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that was Ramarina.
Doesn't matter. I didn't get a fucking weapon. I got a fucking toy, so fuck that boss.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that boss.
Okay. Somebody's a little bitter, but okay.
No, I'm a big bitter. Okay.
Ooh. The bitterer, the betterer.
I still hate that Denathrius fight.
That fight wasn't that
Oh,
bad.
really? I liked it. I loved that fight. That was awesome.
Okay, wait.
The second part, I didn't really care for the first part so much.
Let me say,
Hold up.
I hated healing that fight.
Yeah, I did
because
too.
It was a lot of effing damage. And, yeah. And those stupid beams.
Yeah.
Stupid beams, go!
Stupid beams. So, yeah, healing that fight sucked. DPSing that fight was okay. Healing that fight sucked.
I mean, I don't know. I think all the fights in that first raid were pretty good.
They were actually pretty good.
It was a fun raid.
I liked them. I thought it was a fun raid. I didn't mind it. I don't mind the Sanctum raid.
Except for Painsmith, he can suck a dick.
Except for Painsmith. Very aptly named.
Although he has once we've done it enough, we don't really have that much of a problem with him anymore. You know? Painsmith?
Yeah.
No, we usually kill him.
Did we one-shot him this last time? No, it was a couple.
I mean, but still, a couple of pulls on a difficult boss that took us, I don't know,
Weeks.
20 pulls to kill or something like that. Maybe more. I don't remember. But, I mean, you know, it was just getting everybody used to it. So, I don't know. It's still not that bad of a fight. It's just kind of knowing what's coming. And
It's a lot of me swearing at people because I'm trying to heal.
Fiddlesticks.
It's a lot of me going out of mana.
Cracker Jacks.
Yeah.
Cheese and rice.
And now we're on that stupid one where
Burn my
it's
biscuit.
super Healy intensive, right?
Oh,
we
the
didn't
Guardian.
kill that one, right?
We did.
Oh, did we kill it?
But I mean, we haven't raided, so.
Well, the last time that we were.
Yeah, the last time we were there, we killed it.
So what is next? What's the next one that we're on?
I mean, technically, we've gotten all the way till Kael'thas.
So that's the one we're working on right now. Like, that's our progression.
Yeah, Kael'thas is our... I'm sorry. Kel'Thuzad.
Kel'Thuzad. Yeah.
Kel'Thuzad.
Kel'Thas was last tier.
Yes. Kel'Thuzad is our progression right now.
Okay.
But we just haven't done them in a while.
Yeah. We'll do them Sunday.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't think we should start over. I think we're at the point now where
if we
don't
have
need
a new
to.
person
Yeah.
coming in.
Uh-huh. They don't need the gear by now. Nobody needs the gear by now.
Yeah, he doesn't play retail that much.
Wait,
so he
who
will.
do we have a new person coming in?
The guy from work.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm
He-
not
he ma-
healing anymore.
And we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Anyway, I go to new places and I recruit people to
Yeah.
play WoW.
Already? No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow. That's
One of the
awesome.
guys there
Wow.
is like he's been mainly doing BC stuff and whatnot, but you know, so he's a little behind on that. But we were talking, and I'm like, you know, we do a laid back thing, you know, just a couple hours on a Sunday, you know, just kind of chill and stuff. And he was
Look
like,
at Jim just out there whoring himself out, huh?
Yeah.
every
Ah.
job I've had,
Getting
the
rid of my
last
healing.
3 companies I've
Getting-
worked for, I've gotten
getting-
somebody.
Getting rid of my healing
Starting
roll.
with Brian.
Getting rid of my healing roll. Brian, you need to come back and raid with us.
I watch stuff and I really want to
know.
play, and
I
I
know.
don't know. I just
I
wind up playing
mean-
Farming Simulator.
Yeah. I mean, I like those simulator games. I'm not gonna lie.
I do too. That's what I told
Yeah.
somebody yesterday. I'm like, it brings my blood pressure
Yeah.
down to like sleep
They're
mode.
very relaxing. They're almost
Oh.
meditative. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, just give me a tractor and a
Same
cornfield
thing. Same thing even with the walking simulators, right?
and.
No,
I
no.
haven't heard of
You-
those.
What? Really? No. So there's a couple of them. There's a lot of them, I'm sure, but there's a couple of them that I have played. One of which was Firewatch, which is basically you walk
yeah.
around and they tell a story, but you're not doing combat. You're not doing, you're walking around this thing and
Isn't
you're
that one like Life is Perfect or whatever with the camera?
Life is Perfect. I don't think that was a walking simulator because you actually did stuff in that.
Oh.
I don't know, but that was a fun game. I liked that game. I played that game a lot. But then there was another one that Rachel Foster is dead or is
The murder
killed.
mystery
The
one where
murder
you go,
one.
where you go through like
Yeah.
all like the archive video interviews and try to solve the murder and find out if it's
Yeah, and try to find out. And that was a really interesting one. I enjoyed that one.
a very small game because it's all like these
Yeah.
like little like interrogation interviews of this person, and you're trying to like find like holes in her story and all that
Oh no,
stuff.
no, that's a different one. That's
Oh.
that's a different. That was, I think, Her maybe was the name
Yeah,
of it.
that's that one.
That was that one. And it's basically there's all kinds of different endings for that one. But that one was yes, it is. You're basically interviewing this person and trying to figure out what happened. No, the Rachel Foster one. Hold on.
No, don't worry about it. Anyway, I think we're done today. I think we've hit our limit of WoW things, so we're starting to talk about other things.
The suicide
I
of
did-
Rachel Foster. That was it.
I did just see
Uh-oh.
officially a reference to the person you mentioned earlier, and I'll let you conclude that in your own brain, and I won't say it out loud.
Because it's a spoiler?
I mean, of course, it's a spoiler, but
Okay.
we'll leave it at
All
that.
right.
And you could rake your brain.
Well, thank you, everybody, for listening to us ramble on about stuff. You can check us out at facebook.com/server-restart-in, or shoot us a tweet at server_restart. And until next week. Shit. Anyway, we'll catch you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, I love you.
Shit.